Hello, I'm Georgina Bexon and I'm an art historian specialising in the art and architecture of South and Southeast Asia and the Asia Pacific region. I work primarily in the academic world as a university lecturer and writer, but I've also developed a wide range of talks for cruise audiences, which are brighter and a touch more light-hearted in their approach, whilst also being full of fascinating art and history. I've lived and worked in the UK, the USA and Singapore, and I travel widely, often in the course of my research. I'm consultant art historian at the Oriental Club in London, an official guide at Tate Modern, and an accredited lecturer for the Art Society in the UK. I'm also a fellow of both the Royal Asiatic Society and the Royal Society of Arts. I've been a cruise lecturer now for 6 years, and I've enjoyed giving presentations for Voyages of Discovery, Seabourn, Holland America, and Cunard lines. I'd like to give you just a flavour of my presentations. These are the geographic regions I cover: South and Southeast Asia, the Indian Ocean, Australia, New Zealand, and the Caribbean. I currently offer 40 talks divided into 3 types. Destination talks cover the art and architecture of port cities, for example, Cape Town, Singapore, and Colombo, Sri Lanka. Then there are talks on specific art themes which complement the destinations. The story of Indian modern art, for instance, the temples of Bali, and the art of Vietnam. And finally, talks on general art subjects, such as the elegance of the ocean liner, how to understand modern art, and theft, the true story behind the world's biggest art heist. You can see I have quite a variety of talks within my subject area, and you can find all my talk titles online. Here's a brief example of a destination art and architecture talk about Mumbai. I relate Mumbai's fascinating story from its early trading post beginnings to the thriving modern city it is today. We start with the ancient 6th and 7th century carved rock caves on Elephanta Island. Then we examine the rich colonial architecture of the British Raj, the illuminating history of Indian temples, and the splendid Art Deco buildings to be found in Mumbai, the world's largest concentration after Miami, a delightful surprise to many. Throughout the presentation, there's a special focus on the celebration that is the vibrancy and colour of India. We look at traditional Indian art, exquisite marble inlay known as Pietra Dura, typical of Mughal sculpture, and also how Mumbaiakers love to embrace colour in their city landscape, not forgetting the wonderful colours you see all around you in women's fabulous saris. And briefly, here's an example of an art-themed talk on Australian Indigenous art. We start with a look at the map of human migration and the beginnings of early Australian civilization. The Indigenous peoples possess probably the oldest continuous culture on our planet. We discuss the extraordinary early rock carvings of 60,000 years ago and learn about the ancient belief systems that connected these peoples so closely to nature. The Indigenous art and artifacts through the ages tell us a great deal about how early Australian tribes communicated and interacted with each other, and how their creativity is connected to their continuous history and deep relationship with the land. And finally, we look at the fascinating success story that is contemporary Indigenous art, still connected to people, history, and belief, and now celebrated in every Australian museum and civic art gallery. So it's been my pleasure giving you this brief introduction. Please do check online for my full bio, lists of talks, and also testimonials. I look forward very much to working with you soon. Thank you.